Hello everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich. Welcome to 23 minutes of alchemy recipes with this one evolution in it. So, I cut this down as much as I could. Believe it or not, I took out as much stuff as I could of going through the alchemy list. And this represents hours and hours and hours of grinding for things and stuff like that. Alchemy in this game, it's rough, right? Like, one of the real issues with, oh, look at this tank, by the way. Just watch his tank evolve. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. This has a minute of creature evolution, and then, like, literally, it is 24 minutes or something like that, or like 22 minutes of just me completing alchemy recipes. Now, alchemy in this game, yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, and it's a fun thing to have in RPGs. It's super not important. It's ridiculously not important. So I just went through the list and clicked literally like everything I could make, and then went back and found ingredients for things. And maybe it's something like, maybe I'm planning on putting together like 2 more after game videos. There'll be like videos, I don't know, 156 and 157 or something for this. And maybe talking about some of the points, like the grind things you really need, or the grind things you really need to know about. Like, I actually found that it was a lot better to fight golden hogs in the Miasma Marsh for Kaleidostones and Scrolls of Truth. Because you'll encounter a lot of enemies where their common steel is Drake Stones. And you need a lot of Drake Stones. And I ended up actually, I think, with 13 recipes. You need to make every recipe but 14 of them to get to 90%. And I actually during the live commentary get like the last Scroll of Truth or something that I need to make like a 13, like to get down to 13. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna be able to make most of the food items. If you can't, you can buy most of the things you need to make them. Big Babanas and Crownberries can be bought from the casino. Bubble Pipes are the common steel from the enemy that looks like Dr. Eggman. Blow Pipes are the common steel from the big red dinosaur guys early in the Ivory Tower. Power Stones are available outside of Perdita in the place where, in that first thing. The thing, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that. The draw point. Let's see, what else? A lot of the steals, like Drake Stones are available from the sun enemies in Miasma Marsh. What else do you need a lot of? Gust Plumes are pretty common from the bird enemies around Perdita. They might be their common steel. Try to think of where you get iron diamonds. It is from something around Perdita, and I can't remember what. And there are some other things too. Let's see, where else can you? There are a couple. The giant steps up north of Ding Dong Dell have jade marbles, and the second one has fog drops. There are a couple places you can get fog drops. The islands around Yule have blizzard blooms. Drill screws outside of Skull Mountain Rumble Nuts up by Kublay's grave, all the way up north. Rings a Bell are on the platform next to the ferry ground. But I'm trying to think of what I stole from Mites on Ugly Duckling Island or Swan Island or whatever. Because the common drop from them is something crazy. And now I can't remember what it is. Or the common steal from them. And maybe in the next 15 minutes I'll remember it because I don't have a lot to talk about. I should have cut out that little pause. That's how tight I cut most of this, so. So yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Some of these things we may have made, I wasn't even paying attention at this point. I was just literally clicking down lists. Making one of everything. Because we didn't need any more than one of everything. It does not matter if you get these things, if you find them as drops, if you collect them out of chests. It does not fill in the alchemy recipe. You physically have to make one copy through alchemy. And the food list, it's divided into 4 lists. There's the food list, there's the weapon list, there's the armor list, and there's the accessory list. And the food list should be free. The food list you should just be able to make everything there through some purchases and through what you've collected so far in the game. The hardest list is the weapon list, because a lot of those are dependent on weapons you've already made. So, and one of the accessories, I believe, the only way you get one during the game, and it will look like you don't have one unless you unequip it. The accessory list is pretty easy. The armor list and the weapon list both involve kind of things you got from the alchemist, and they all involve scrolls of truth and kaleidostones, and those are the hardest grind in the game. Clumps of Trolls Tears are available from most of the enemies that run around on Nazca as rare drops, I believe. So you have to do a lot of grinding there. But while you're grinding for All Seeing Eyes from the Eggman guy, you should get at least a few. And then there are various things that you have to buy from town weapon shops. Like, that's just the case. Like, you have to buy, like, the claws from Hamlin and the claws from Yule, and I don't remember what they're particularly called, but we made another candle cutter, we didn't need to. We made another shadow glass knife, we didn't need to. Yeah, things like the sickle. I think the sickle is a weapon available at Castaway Cove. Those things are... If you don't have at the end of the game, if you don't have a weapon and you've done all your treasure chest looking and completed out all your areas, it's either a weapon you need to make somewhere else, or it's a weapon you need to buy. Like, there are no other ways to get weapons. You make them through alchemy. You buy them. As far as items go, they're either available from a forage point, or you have to grind enemies for them. My understanding of Clumps of Trolls, Tears, and Evil Eyes is most people grind them by beating the game's final boss over and over and over. Which seems like a pain to me, but what are you gonna do? There are, as far as I know, everything that is included in Alchemy has a drop from a regular enemy in the game, from an enemy in the game that is available after the game, including the gold enemies, with the possible exception of Power Stones, and Power Stones are available from... Power Stones are available from the drop point outside of Perdita. Now, that being said, I know you can get Evil Eyes from something in the Ivory Tower, but I've never quite caught what it was, but I have picked them up grinding there. And clumps of trolls tears, like I said, you can get from... I know the mushroom enemy, like the nightshades in Nazca, can rare drop them. There are some other things. Oh, Seeds of Discord are another weird thing that you, like, you have to get from, like, a weird enemy drop. They can also... Oh, wait, I take that back. Seeds of Discord, I believe, are the things that are dropped by things in Nazca, not clumps of trolls tears. I'm not sure where you get clumps of trolls tears. They have to be a rare drop of something, though. Oh, it's one of the enemies in the Miasma Marsh. I've gotten them grinding in the Miasma Marsh. They're like the rare drop for the suns or something. So if you're going to grind for Scrolls of Truth and Kaleidostones, you might be able to come up with as many as you need. Because at the end of this, I think I needed 3. So yeah, it's a heck of a grind. It really makes you wish that you would hit forge points more through your traveling through the game. But especially the Power Stone one outside of Perdita, because that's such a big deal. You can only, the max you can get is 2. And there are so many forge points that are useless. Like snowflakes and bunch of old oak leaves and just things like that. Spring water. If you had every forage point, you'd have so much spring water. Fog drops are also available along the coastline of the Barrens, south of Skull Island. Or Skull, yeah, Skull Island. Meteorite fragments are available on the island with those familiars, where we had to do the tasks for them to get the rename card. Let's see, what else? Like, seriously, I'm experiencing Presque Vu about the thing that you grind off the mites at that island, which, by the way, Presque Vu is one of the 3 Vus that people are, if we haven't talked about this before, I'm sure we have. Deja Vu, Jamais Vu, and Presque Vu. Deja Vu is like seen before, we're all familiar with it. Presque Vu is, or Jamais Vu is never seen, so it's walking into somewhere familiar and feeling strange to you. And Presque Vu is tip of the tongue. So you know the thing you're trying to say, but you just can't think of how to say it. That kind of deal. Something like that. Or you know the thing you're trying to remember, you can't recall it. I'm not real clear on that third one, but tip of the tongue is how I always remember it. And whatever it was, I needed like 10 of them. I mean, it wasn't. I may have, up by Perdita, I may have been grinding gust plumes off those bird enemies. You get crazy things when you start stealing from enemies in higher levels. Like, you'll get rare drops from things like Enigma armor, and you're just like, you end up with like 8 sets of Enigma armor. It's just so weird. Now, we do get up to 90%. We get up to 90% of things made. Which again, I was really jazzed that we even got this trophy. This is one of 2 trophies I couldn't get. One of 3 trophies I couldn't get in my quote-unquote practice file. The 250 familiars tamed one was another one. Nightmare. An absolute nightmare to try to get. Another thing that's a little rough to try to get is sprockets. Like, if you need them, they're hard to get. If you're just running around and grinding for stuff, you might pick a couple up, but you go to, like, obvious mechanical enemies, and then... I'm sure something has it as a common steal. I'm sure one of the mechanical enemies has it as a common steal. But it's probably, like, the mid-level one, and you probably only find it on that weird island that's just north of Nazca. It's probably, like, one of those places. But you just start hitting, you hit so many draw points during this whole alchemy thing. Like, I probably covered every draw point on the globe. Like, just stopping random places and checking out their draw points. And really the thing about it is finding out where there are things like blizzard blooms. Because you need just enough of them for it to be a pain in the butt. But yeah, this game definitely needs a second power stone forage point. Yeah, the splitting in the music should tell you exactly where I'm cutting these. Because we're always on the same screen all the time, so... It's just this endless cycle of, you know... Like 100 alchemy recipes being completed. Or not an endless cycle, it's an endless cycle of hitting this box, this guy popping out of his container. And, yeah. Then, new recipe. And in between this, there's like an hour of me running around picking things up, you know? Fighting enemies and stealing from them. Stuff like that. I even wonder, like, if I loaded up my game right now, I even wonder if I could show all the draw points and stuff because of how much, you know, stuff I had to do. Oh, I don't remember what I did in the end of the game. It was a little... I mean, we're gonna find out. If anything, I'll just go around and grind for Scrolls of Truth and Kaleidostones, because I think I need 10 more of them each or something. It's ridiculous. Which is, that's an atrocious grind. That's such a grind. I have a list somewhere of all the things I would need to complete all of the... Like, the tricky part about that, though, is when you're making that list, you look at something and you just go, oh, I need, you know, I need 2 Scrolls of Truth for this. And then you look at the next thing and it says, I need 2 Scrolls of Truth for this. But if you use it, if you use the 3 you have or whatever, because it's 2, you have 3 of 5, and you know you make the first thing, it takes away all of them in your inventory, and then you need 5 for the next one. So it's a little tricky. I think I have it right here. Let's see what the highest number of things I needed was. Oh, I can look here. I'll know here, based on... Oh, Ember Stones. I think it was Ember Stones. I went to, you go to, the Mites drop Ember Stone as their common steal. So, like, you know, instead of fighting bird enemies for them endlessly, you just go to Ugly Duckling Island and grind all the Ember Stones you need. You need 10 Rings of Bell, you get them outside of the fairground. Yeah, Drake Stones we already talked about. All Sing Eyes, Bubble Pipes, Blow Pipes, Tash Stones. Yeah, Evil Eyes you need a lot of, and there's no great way to get them. You need, it says I need 5 Seeds of Discord. And it says I need like 15 Glowstones, and there's no great place to get those. Glowstones are like just a ridiculously hard thing. Glowstones, Evil Eyes. Something has to rare drop them. And I'm gonna have to look through the creature compendium and maybe see exactly what drops these things, because, or the wizard's companion, because the wizard's companion will tell us, or the creature thing will tell us, and maybe I'll have, you know, some sort of great idea about that a little later. Because really what this game needs is a great resource for the, like, top 10 hardest alchemy items. It doesn't really need anything aside from that. The bestiary is literally your familiar list. And really, since if you can encounter every basic enemy, you can encounter every enemy. Or at least fill in your list of them. So yeah, I mean, if I do a little research on just filling out this alchemy list, I probably would have most of the research and strategies I would need to make a final video about those items. Man, I really cannot believe I talked through 20 minutes of these stupid recipes. But whatever, that's the way post-commentary works. It's actually almost easier to talk about post-commentary where you don't have to directly go like, oh, look, a Wormfang ring. Oh, look, a blah, blah, blah. Like, you could just, you know, free association everything you need to do. So yeah, I'm literally going to have to go through and look at my last recipes and see exactly what the hardest things were to do. What I need and where I can get it. And I guess I'll let you guys know in a later video. So the last two things we made are one of the advanced weapons for each of our main characters. So there we go. That is our trophy for doing 90% completion in that. So there we go, 90%. So yep, we'll see these equipped, and this is where we'll be when the next video starts in live commentary. And I will see you guys for that. Thank you for watching an incredibly boring video of just a genie popping in and out of a cauldron. I really appreciate it. And you guys take care. Bye, everybody.